Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into the Ready to Love cast assessment. I believe this is the season for DC. I'm excited to get into this season. I believe it starts tonight. I hope it isn't on right now at 7. I hope it comes on at 8. But if not, I know you all will watch my cast assessment on the repeat. I know a lot of people like to know what I think about the players or the cast before we start the season, just to see, my first, what do we call it, first impressions, and to see if my first impression changes throughout the season. I can tell you right now, it was hard for me to pick my 3-star players. I have 3 star players that I have for the girls, 3 for the guys. My star players last season did become a couple, Liz and Jason. So sometimes I do get that first impression right. It was easy for me to pick 3 ladies. It was 3 ladies that I just genuinely like, and I feel like I am similar to them and I relate to them. The men, it was kind of hard. I feel bad for y'all this season in DC, ladies, but let's jump right into it. I'm going to go over the cast in the order that I uploaded the photos. So no particular order. Up first is Phil, 37-year-old marketing consultant. Phil, he's handsome. He is not my star player. What I learned about Phil, he was in a 2.5-year relationship. He said he was in a battle to make her make a decision within those 2.5 years. And after so long, he got tired of waiting, so he left. I want to know, what was the decision, sir? Were you proposing and she wouldn't accept? Like, what decision were you in a battle for? Was it long distance and you wanted her to move to DC and she wouldn't move? Like, I just want to know more. I feel like in these little 2-minute scenes of us getting to know people, we really don't get to know that much, and I have a lot of questions. But I just wanted to know more about what kind of decision did you need her to make. He said he took the time in the break after the breakup to get to know himself. He wants a partner to share his life with, and he wants that Barack and Michelle kind of love. And I'm like, doesn't everybody? Doesn't everybody? I like him. I feel like he has put in the work. He seems genuine, but time will tell. Time will tell with Phil. I think he might hit it off with somebody. Up next is Courtney, 30-year-old business consultant. I like Courtney. She says she's a lot to handle, but she's worth the headache. And I feel like that about myself. I know I work my husband's everlasting last nerve. I know I do, because I like to talk. I like to be social. And me and my husband are complete opposites, but I know I'm worth the headache. I know he puts up with me. She said motherhood changed her priorities. I'm assuming she had a baby at 25. I have my son at 24, so I understand. And she said motherhood changed her priorities. She can't be out in the club with you chasing men every week. She says she likes older men because she wants them to teach her something. I think she might like older men because they're more mature, and she's at a point in her life where she already has a family and she's ready to be in a more mature relationship. And I don't have nothing wrong with her liking an older man. She says she likes tall, dark, and handsome, but no shy guys. She says she gonna run you over if you're shy. If you're shy, you getting voted out first. But I'm so happy it's some ladies on this season that want to give a shy guy a chance. I hope they just aren't saying this in the cast and assessment. I hope they really do want to give the guy a chance. But Courtney, I like her. I like her personality. I love her hair. And I hope she finds love. She's not one of my star players. Up next we have Tyrone. Now Tyrone, of course, when I uploaded the pictures, my notes aren't in the same order. Let me get this crap Tyrone. Tyrone has crazy eyes to me. It's something that when I look in his eyes, tell me red flag, red flag, red flag. He's a 44-year-old cybersecurity professional. That is a great job for the ladies who need the man to have a good job. He has mommy issues. He said his mama was stepping out on the daddy. He ain't understand at the time, but he saw his mom with many different men while he was married to his father, and that kind of stuck with him. He said he addressed the childhood issues, but the way he talks about it and the pain I still hear in his voice as he talks about it tells me he's the type of man that doesn't trust a woman because of the things that his mother did in the past. That's going to be an issue. Most women don't like men. Hey, Charles, I see you in the chat. Most women don't like men who gotta always be in their phone, talking about where you going, where you was at, what you doing, what you got on. I know I don't like it. I know I don't like it. And he seems like that type where he's probably going to be overbearing because of his trust issues. And some ladies might think it's cute, like, oh, he cares. He wants to do everything with me. He never wants me to be by myself. That shit is cute and all, but after a year or two of that shit, you're going to be like, damn, can I go to the store? You know? So we'll see about Tyrone. Who's up next? This is one of my star players. ALILAH. I thought her name was Aisha on my paper. Now, did they change the names on the pictures? Let me get to my notes. I could have swore her name was Aisha. Yeah, I wrote down Aisha, but they wrote down ALILAH. I'm going to go with Aisha, but whatever it is. Once I saw the tattoos, I liked her. I knew she was a different personality, and everything about her vibe in those 2 minutes I related to. I just like her personality. She is a 37-year-old hair salon owner. She said she was married for 11 years, but her husband was a demon, and he had that cheating demon, and he cheated the whole 11 years, and she wanted to break that cycle and show her children happiness and not all that bullshit with the cheating, so she left. I'm so happy she did that. I'm so happy she did that because so many women stick around and bullshit just to say that they married, to say they got somebody, and they just be putting up with the bullshit. She's the one who wants to try out a shy guy, and I feel like that opposite thing might attract, like it's a TikTok out there that says the only relationships that work is one person has to be completely quiet and the other one has to be insane. And I totally agree with that opposite the opposite attracting. She said the dating pool has pee in it, and when she said that, I hit the ground. I was hollering, I was laughing. She likes to lick people in the face. I don't like that, but I understand the passion of a lick. I like her tattoos. She got body yaddy yaddy. I like her fashion. I love her personality. She is a star player for me. I want her to find love. If for nothing else, I know she's going to entertain me, but I really want to see her find love. I feel like she deserves it. What you say, Charles? These dating shows always, yes, they always cast damaged black men. Why? I don't know. Yes, for the drama. Yes, for the ratings. This show, after last season, I really had to say this show is for my entertainment only because these people don't be finding love. Most of them might find some lust, but majority of them just want to be at the end. They just want to be on TV the longest. And that's what the game has turned into. So we'll see who lasts the longest this season. Who's up next? Lamont. Lamont is someone who I think will be voted out first. 44 years old, another cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is probably hot out there in DC. That's probably a good job out there. Lamont is a spoken word artist. The little bit of spoken word he did, I was not impressed. But you know, I don't know. He said he got married at 22 and his wife cheated. I can't read my own handwriting, but he looks like somebody who's been hurt by women in the past. It looks like he's going to hold on to that affair of his wife this whole season. And he seemed kind of corny to me, so I kind of think he's going to be first boot. Yeah, He gonna have trust issues. He a little bit corny. I think he's gonna be a first boot. Who's up next? Sabrina. Now, I did like Sabrina. Sabrina is a 45-year-old fashion designer. I loved her personality. I don't think Sabrina got star player for me. But this little outfit she got on right here, orange is my color. She looks good. Now, Sabrina had pictures where she had on the wig. She looked good with some hair too. Where are my notes for Sabrina? I can't never find my notes in order. Sabrina says she was dating. Oh, I remember Sabrina. Sabrina was dating this man, and she had a baby by this man. And she thought he was single. Turn around, found out not only was he not single, he was married, had another side piece, and a couple more baby mamas and babies. I mean, this man was just spreading all over DC, just all over town. I said, Lord have mercy. Girl. She's looking for stability. I took that to mean she's looking for somebody to help take care of her and her baby, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And she said no small penises. Now I said, girlfriend, unless you plan on asking each one of these men to drop their pants, how you gonna know if it's small or not? But I understand. I understand when she was like, I was trying to be with a small penis, and I said, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I think that's why they say we're supposed to wait until after marriage to have sex. Because once you know what you like sexually, if you're dating someone who can't give you what you like, it's not going to work. So I understood where she was coming from. She said she bring the whole table to the relationship. The whole table. You bring a table, she got a table. And she not settling for less. And I'm not mad at you for not settling for less. I think it's a lot of fuckboys this season, so I can see you, Sabrina, saying deuces to these boys, unless you're one of the ones who just want to be on TV. We shall see. We shall see. Sabrina didn't get a star player for me. Up next, Frank. Frank is the cocktail owner. It was something about Frank I didn't like. Let me get to my notes so I can tell you. Frank says he's a gentleman and he has his shit together. He said his last relationship lasted for 4.5 years, but she did not cherish him. He says he needs someone to captivate a crowd, but is also very reserved. And he wants someone who truly cares for him and loves him only. Now, the words he added to that sentence let me know that he has trust issues as well, because he said truly cares, which means not somebody who just gonna fake the funk to be with me. And he says loves him only, which lets me know he was with somebody who was loving him and loving somebody else as well. I get genuine vibes from him. I can hear the pain of the past heartbreak in his voice as he talks. And I think he will do good on this show. It's a lot of hurt men I've noticed so far this season. A lot of men who have been heartbroken. A lot of men who have been heartbroken, either one, turn into players and treat women like trash, or two, they just can't ever fully trust someone and they end up pushing people away with their bullshit of not being able to trust. I'm hoping he's worked all of that out, because he seems like a total package, but it's something off with him. I just don't know, but we'll see how Frank does. And he seemed a little bit short. I can't really tell, but we'll see. Carrie, 37-year-old realtor. I liked her. She almost got a star player from me, but it was somebody I liked a little bit more. I can't even find my notes on Carrie. Okay, here we go. She got married at 21 and was divorced a year later. That is so young. At 21, I can't imagine being married. Nothing about me at 21 wanted to be married. I wanted to have fun. I was in the streets. I wanted to party. I should have had my ass in class, learning something. But That's crazy. It reminds me of one of my son's friends. You know, I was strolling through Instagram, and mind you, my son just graduated this year, 2021. And one of his friends just got married. I'm like, damn. Like, we still getting married right after high school still? But moving on from that, ain't got nothing to do with him. She says, men in DC just looking for a fuck buddy or somebody to hang out with. When she said that, I said, this sounds just like my best friend. She always telling me about the dating pool. On these dating apps, all they want is you to send them pictures of your breast, your booty. They just want to hook up. They ain't looking for no relationship. They'll take you out for a good time. But if you don't give them none, that's it. I said, the dating pool does have pee in it. But she says she does the most, that she likes to act like a wife. She likes to cook, clean, massages, you know, do everything a wife should do for a man before the first date. And I'm like, girl, don't do the most. Because once you start doing the most, they're going to feel like, well, what do we have to do? If you doing the most right now, I can do the least. Because you still going to stick around. So I'm happy she learned not to do the most, but I like Carrie. Again, like, I like so many of the females, and I just be looking at the men like, look who we have up next. I couldn't hardly say nothing about NAIIM, 40-year-old program manager. NAIIM turned me off. He's handsome. And mind you, a lot of these pictures don't do them justice on TV. A lot of them look a lot better on camera or on film than on camera. But anyway, NAIIM says he likes a Caribbean woman who's highly melanated, natural hair, and very little makeup. And I just went through the cast and was like, it ain't nobody here. It ain't nobody on this cast like that. These ladies on TV, they got their makeup on. Oh, they beat for the TV. And I would say 90% of them have a hair weave. It was only 2 ladies I saw, maybe 3 with natural hair. And of those 3, none of them were highly melanated. So I think you need to focus more on what kind of personality you want in a woman and less on her features and what her hair and makeup look like. Because it always be a man who want the most natural woman. I ain't gonna say that, Angie. Don't say that. I'm gonna keep that comment to myself. But NAIIM, what you just said on this paper you was looking for, it ain't that woman on this cast. So let's see how you move. Who's up next? Jesus. MUMEN, a background singer. I like MUMEN. She was one of the ones who I believe wanted sex after marriage, and we all know how that goes. I mean, Liz had a good run with it last season, but I just feel like the people who say they waiting for the sex after marriage usually be the first ones to go. But I don't have anything wrong with her standards. She wants a God-fearing man. We all do. She wants someone who will value her and her body and her treasure and not just give it away. It takes a lot of strength to be celibate, especially if you've already had sex. It takes a lot of strength. I wouldn't know how much because I ain't never do it, but I like her, but we'll see what the men say. We'll see how the men react to it. There's another man on here that has the exact same values, but I feel like just because 2 people want to wait to have sex doesn't necessarily mean they're compatible. So we shall see. Who's up next? Walter, damn it. I gotta find. I should have uploaded the picture to match my notes. Walter, a star player. Walter says he is a reformed thug. I like me a good old reformed. I do love me a good old reformed bad boy. People like what they like. People like what they like. I do like that. So that right there captivated my attention. He has a very sad story. a very sad story. He was with this lady for 9.5 years. It kind of sounds like they were college sweethearts, and they were married for a year and a half. And he had to step his game up and get his shit together because he really wanted to be with this woman. And I think after they got married, they wanted to start having children, and they found a grapefruit-sized cyst on her ovaries. She had surgery to remove the cyst, and a week after the surgery, she passed away. And I was like, damn, I mean, a lot of people do go through heartbreaking stories like that. It's just so hard to hear, and it pulls at your heartstrings. And I liked him as a star player, regardless. He was a star player once he said Reform Thug. But once I heard his story, I was like, I really want you to follow up. I just hope you aren't like, oh boy, last season, New Orleans, who lost his wife but was still playing games. Like, I hope, and it seems like, because if this happened around his college age, that's probably was at least 15, 20 years ago that his wife passed away. Maybe with so much time, he's healed his heart and he really is ready to love. Because I believe, oh boy, last season, his wife had only passed away maybe a year or two. And that, who's to say how long it takes somebody to heal, but he definitely just wasn't ready to love. So I hope Walter is ready. But he's a star player of mine. I hope he finds love. Moving on. TISIA. I ain't going to say her name right, but I like her. She is also a star player of mine. I just loved her personality, and I love that she's the curvy girl of the season. I wish they would have more than one. Why do we only have one curvy girl every season? And please have men that like and appreciate a curvy shape. I like this girl. She's smart, a tech startup founder. That means she's very smart. She has money. And I don't want her to be the big girl of the season where people pass her around and be like, oh yeah, she the homie. She the friend. Yeah, she funny. We could kick it, but I like my girl thin. I don't want to hear none of that shit this season. None of it. This girl right here in this picture is banging. This is a banging body of curves. I don't want to hear no bullshit this season. She said she like medium ugly men because medium ugly men will treat you like a prize. She don't want no man that think he looks better than her. The way she said it was funny as hell, but it's a fact. What she said was a fact. I like her fashion. I like the way she carries herself. She wants to be spoiled, so it seems like she wants a man with money, but it ain't shit wrong with that either. I like Tasha. I'm gonna call her Tasha. Tisha. Once the episode come on tonight, I'll figure it out and have it right by next week. But she's a star player of mine. Dante. Is Dante one of my star players? I think I end up liking Dante. Yes. This gonna sound weird. Dante has 3 kids by 3 different women. And most of the time when women hear that, that's a turn off and they're like, deuces, I ain't got time. But I do feel like Dante, when you just listen to him talk, and he's very handsome, you can tell he's not his past. Whatever he did in his past, all that sleeping around, all these different baby mamas, that's not him today. And a part of me just feels that he's genuine. Like he says, I'm a vegan. I practice meditation. He likes hiking. He ain't got time to be in the club trying to press nobody. He just wants to be happy. I feel like he's not his past, and women should not judge him for having 3 kids by 3 different women. It happens. At least it's only 3. Some people have 5, 6, 7, 8. But anyway, I think he's done the work, and I think he's ready to love, and I just hope people don't hold whatever he's done in his past against him. So I like Dante. I think he would be a great match for somebody. He's one of my star players. Let's move on to Shiloh. Shiloh is an intimacy coach. Now hold up. These pictures are fraudulent because now it's saying she a technical program analyst, but on the TV screen she was an intimacy coach. Make up your mind on network. But anyway, she says DC men are not open, that she can easily find a date, but it's hard to find somebody that want to stay. She says she was dating a man, and 6 months later she found out he was married. That happens sometime, girl. Get on the Instagram and the Twitter. You can find anything out about anybody on social media. I just like her vibe. She gives me free spirit. I like her fashion. I like Shiloh. So we'll see what she has to give. Not a star player of mine, though. Cornelius. Cornelius is the other one that is celibate. He is 39 years old. He said his parents have been married for 38 years. He's a country boy that moved to the big city. He said he was in all these relationships and they just weren't going right. And one day he prayed and God said, that's not the right woman for you. God ain't say bring your ass back to church. But bring yourself back to church, get right with the Lord, and I'm going to help you find the one you're supposed to be with. So he definitely got back into church. He wants a family. He wants to be married, and he wants to save himself for a marriage. I like him. I hope him and MUMEN have something in common because they seem to be the only two with this standard, but it's nothing wrong with it. And I hope he finds love. Moving on. ZADIA. ZADIA was a mess. All I remember from ZADIA is that bright pink workout outfit she had on. It was banging. Her body is banging. She says she's over dating because it's very disrespectful. They probably all just want to have sex. She wants to date, not have people just come over and hang out at her house. She wants you to call her, say, I will be there at 7:30. I'm taking you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and then out to a show. We're going to see, not an opera, but maybe an Alvin Ailey dance. Like, I want to go out on a date. Ain't nothing wrong with that girl. She says she wants somebody that can talk shit with her. Like, if y'all could talk shit for an hour, she know we ready to go on the next date. I kind of agree with that. I have to be with somebody that's funny. I have to be with someone who can take my brand of humor. You have to be able to play spades and talk shit at the spades table and not have your feelings be hurt. If you can't do that, I can't be with you. I can't be with you if you can't play spades and talk shit at the spades table. So I like ZADIA. Oh, ZADIA was also the one who said her man got to be tall. Like, you got to be tall. So we'll see how many tall men are out there this season. Corey is the fuckboy of the season. I felt like he on the wrong show. He should have been over there on Fuckboy Island. But what's so fucked up is he's the ain't shit fuckboy of the season. But I have a feeling all the women are going to want him. This picture does him no justice. Corey is fine. His body is banging. This picture makes him look like an old high school math teacher. It looks a mess. But anyway, he said within the past 12 months, he's been on over 100 dates. And I'm like, how? How? That's... Moving on. He says, people ask him, well, if you're dating 15, 20 women at a time and you meet them all online, how you have time to interact with all of them? And he had the nerve to say, copy and paste. Copy and paste. He probably said something like, hi, beautiful, how you doing? I think you're gorgeous. I really love your picture. Do you mind if I can get your number and I can call you sometime? He probably says that shit to 100 different women on Instagram every day. And the one or two that bites, those are the one he calls and takes out. And then he probably has copy and paste. A mess. A mess. He says his deal breakers are if you check his phone, which tells me he already planned on cheating on your ass, so don't check his phone. Verbal disrespect, which means once you check his phone and cuss his ass out, he's gone. And if you let yourself go, which means you can't gain any weight, which Fuck him. He says he has the 3 6s. He's 6 feet. He got a 6 pack, and he got 6 figures. But he ain't say nothing about if he got at least 6 inches. Do you got at least 6? That's important. You heard old girl Sabrina said no small penises. So you can have all them other 6s, but what else you got? But let's move on from Corey because it's going to be so sad to watch all these ladies fall for him, and he ain't shit. Libba. I think I like Libba. Libba is my last star player for the females. I think I just loved her personality, and I love her name. Where are my notes on Libba at? Damn. Oh. She said she was married most of her adult life, that they were very unhappy, and that they were sleeping in separate rooms. She says she can't have no short men. She says short men are a lot of work, and that she's in her 40s and her knees and joints don't work the way they used to. Like, girl, are you 6'2"? Are you having to bend down to kiss these men? Like, what do you mean? Libba says she loves a kiss on the neck and a slap on the ass. I do too. My husband already know. And she says she may feel like she have the personality of somebody with a big booty, but she ain't got no ass. And I'm like, girl, that's me. Libba is talking about me. I'm silly. Let's hurry up and get me off of this review because I'm sure the episode getting ready to come on in a few minutes. But I like Libba. I just love her personality. I like her fashion. I like the way she carries herself. So I hope she finds love. She's a star player of mine. Up next is Carrington. I think I just liked his name. I thought Carrington. I know a young lady named Carrington. I never heard of a gentleman named Carrington. That's all I wrote down about him is that I love his name. He has a daughter and he wants an alpha female. Something about him and everything that he was saying, and that's probably why I didn't write down hardly any notes about him, is that it's a front. I hope that I'm proven to be wrong. But when a man says he wants an alpha female and he wants somebody to take charge, it gives me the idea that he has nothing going on and he's just fronting, and he wants an alpha female so he can stand behind her or by her and continue the front like he has it going on. I don't know. I'm not really feeling Carrington. But last and definitely not least is the Black Widow of the season. She calls herself that. Her name is Camille. I love the way she spells her name. Camille says something that I have questions. She says, I'm not the most mature teacher, and that's why all the students love me. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, sometimes you shouldn't say that shit on national TV. Just say you the fun teacher and all the kids like you because you like to have a good time and you like to do a cute little TikTok dance or something like that. Just watch how you word it. You got to be a math teacher because you shouldn't have said it like that. She goes on to say she's the Black Widow of the season. She says she loves to get close to a man, get him all entangled in her web, and then dump his ass and be like, you ain't shit, I'm gone. She admits to be engaged 3 times. She says she didn't fully love herself, so she couldn't fully love them. But now that she's learned to love herself, she's ready to love somebody else. That sounds like RuPaul. Like, you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love somebody else? But she says she's ready to love the right person, which to me means she's still very picky and she ain't gonna be here for none of these men's bullshit. And I'm here for it because it's a lot of men this season that look to be on bullshit. That's the cast, you all. I believe the episode comes on tonight. It probably came on 7. That's probably why everybody missing the live, but y'all gonna rewatch it. I know y'all gonna rewatch it and get in the comments, so I ain't worried about that. But if not, Ready to Love will be a part of my weekend in reality. I do all my weekend in reality updates on Mondays. So it will be with Love and Marriage Huntsville, Real Housewives of Potomac, and then also Ready to Love will all get done on Monday nights. So Let me know what you all think about the cast. Who are your star players of the season? Who do you root for to find love this season? I'm getting ready to go order me a pizza, sit down, drink me some more orange juice, and get into the episode like everybody else. Until Monday night, I'll see you all later. Bye.